Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session. Today, we will be exploring the topic developmental pathway. So, let's get into discussion. Piaget and Vygotsky, two well-known child development theorists, produce groundbreaking insights on a child's behavior. Piaget's healthy learning that is taught through social and cultural interaction, whereas Vygotsky held that learning is taught through constructivist approaches to children. When we discuss how children change over time, we are discussing child development. We may detect the discrete developmental domain when we categorize different forms of growth, which can be used to investigate how children advance through time in various areas. The development of people is classified into different developmental domains, which are areas of growth or change. Among them are cognitive, physical, social, interactive, emotional, linguistic, psychological, moral, ethical channels, and so forth. The study is based on developmental domain, specific aspect of growth and change referred to as developmental pathways. Now, physical and social interactive pathways are the two main areas chosen for our discussion today. Now, the physical development relates to the normal course and diversity of the total physical growth, whereas social interactive development refers to a person's individual capacity to form and sustain good connection, as well as to appropriately navigate stressful interactions. The goal of this research today is to observe, document, comprehend how a teenager or a youngster acts inside the above mentioned domains, which are physical and social. To begin with, developmental pathway is defined as the orderly behavioral development between more than two problems or behavior, with individual differing in the propensity to progress along the successive problem behavior represented by the pathway during development. Now, when carrying out my research, I had some ethical guiding principles, which was that the participation of the teenager was voluntary. I did not, I will not be stating the name of the child. However, the child was a 12-year-old male student, and during this investigation, he was not harmed in any way. He was informed and consent was given by his parents to done this study. The protection and the privacy of the participation was kept confidential. Now, in looking at the physical pathway, which refers to the physical health and well-being of a child, the goal is to help the child or adolescent to acquire knowledge about their physical development and to use this knowledge to make good decisions that will promote healthy development. The physical domain comprises of the growth of physical changes such as size, strength, as well as developmental of both the gross and fine motor abilities. The physical realm also encompasses the development and uses of the senses, such as seeing, tasting, smelling, touching, and so forth. Now, on observing the child, I noticed that he sat in his seat and was ready for the day's lesson. He took part in the game used to introduce the subject and got the proper answer. He finished before the time ran out and he even helped his friend. He, I observed that he understood the material and was able to complete all the tasks. He received 8 out of 10 of the correct answers. He returned to his seat and he reflected upon his errors and attempted to correct it. He communicated quietly with his classmates and teacher. Then he talked or chatted with his peers and made jokes. Now, some activities that can enhance the physical developmental pathway of the child includes um, organized sports, obstacle courses, yoga, or even movement games. Now, looking at organized sports, skills associated with sports such as baseball, cricket, football, etc., will help with motor development. Depending on the size and the age of the group, you can have um, formal games, or you can break out the class into different groups and practice specific skills. Considering high school, athletes in the area come and then demonstrate the proper way to execute those specific skills, thereby developing physically. Let's look at obstacle courses. Obstacle courses can be a great way to incorporate many different skills and action. They can include running, jumping, balancing, throwing, catching, and many other fun actions like jumping or hopping or hula hooping or doing hurdles or um, hurdles that involves tire, sticks, and so forth, right? So all those may be obstacle courses. And in participating in that, the students will be aided in their developmental pathways also. Now for yoga, yoga helps us strengthen muscles and development, coordination and balance. Um, there are many books and DVDs and videos available to help reach or teach yoga to children. The reference list for these things can be found on many um, websites and learning channels online. Now, movement games. Games such as Simon Says and Tongue Twisters are fun way to practice muscle skills. You can stretch and you can go in different forms and shape that will enhance your muscle development and movement. So all those are different ways or different avenues that we can take up into developing physically. Now, in looking at the social interactive pathway, which refers to individual ability to develop and maintain healthy relationships and to adequately negotiate challenging relationships. The goal is to help children and adolescents to increase their capacity to build and maintain healthy relationships across the range of the human diversity. While observing the youngster, the bell, as the bell rang for lunch, he brought out his lunch dish and a juice. He ate his lunch with his classmates. He then went to the restroom before returning to class. I observed he joined his friends in talking and chatting by sitting near to them. He contributes to the discourse by recounting on his previous day experience while he was on his way home. He listened to the others explain why he shouldn't idle on his way home. I also noted that he compared his regular evening tasks to those of others. And in doing so, he sheds light or sheds his insight on what he loves or hates. The boy went on to tell his friends about the time he pranked his other friend. He went on, he then went from there. He got up and he went to the canteen where he bought cookies and distributed it with his companions. They all had a good time during their lunch hours. Now, what are some activities that we can enhance the social interactive pathway? One is virtual playtime. Two, we can have emotional charades, we can have productive debates, and we can have building games also. So, in examining virtual playtime, when your child is able to attend in-person play dates, they may still have time or they may still spend time together via online chat or video or playing games on any other online places. By glancing at their friends' phones, video chat help to develop eye contact. Adapting to new conditions becomes a crucial skill, whether in social interaction or in the future profession. Creating innovative methods to spend time together involves problem solving abilities which contribute to a set of essential social skills. Emotional charades entails writing various emotions on strips of paper. Your youngster choose one of them from a hat or a bucket. They must next attempt to act out that sentiment. Emotional charades can assist learners in learning to distinguish emotions via the use of facial expression or bodily signals. You can adapt social skills exercises like these to make Pictionary style games in which youngsters can stretch their feelings. Kids or children learn emotional management through portraying or acting out emotional expression and reaction in social skills exercises. Emotional management is vital in developing healthy connections with others and conveying their sentiments to others as well. Now, productivity debate. This helps older children to learn how to regulate their emotions, express themselves positively in even difficult situations. They learn to handle tough talk quietly without getting into a quarrel or insulting the other person. People who can or argue or listen to their opponents develop more of the quality required to become leaders in the classroom and businesses. And in doing debates and so forth, they are socializing with others. They can freely talk and express themselves. Now, the last activity that we have is building blocks or building games that enhances building or little bit movement with social interaction. Now, children must speak with one another. They must take turn and understand one another in order to create anything jointly. Like for example, a tower of out of building blocks, right? In doing so, they communicate, they discuss, they strategize, and they work together collectively to build that tower. Thereby, it helps in their social developmental pathway there. They're developing socially, interacting with others. Now, to ask a question, what may be the interconnection of those two pathways, or how do they overlap? That is social and physical pathway. How do they overlap? Now, physical and social pathways or areas are interconnected or intertwined. Observation revealed that the progress of research participant helping growth in physical channel was heavily impacted by the social pathway and vice versa. In the overlap, kids may be may or may not be deliberated. Although the participants' skills in the study that was conducted, although their skills are connected, it is crucial to highlight that the method and rate of their growth differed within and across each pathway. It is widely seen that a skill in the development of one discipline may take precedence over the skill in another. For example, a physical skill being developed, such as leaping, may appear to be prominent for a period of time before it's followed by a period of language development. Extracurricular activities provide developmental pathway overlap in physical and social ability, allowing students to operate in a capacity that allows them to conduct physical activities such as cricket. The learner will interact with each other. When the instructor plans the game or sport or activity, this will occur in both pathways. So they will socialize with the team and they will develop physically as well. Now, physical activities help a child or a child's social uh, development considerably. The child observation demonstrate that the more physical activity they engage in, the greater the brain engagement they will have in regions connected with communication or social control. They also demonstrated improved concentration, attention span, and responsiveness. They, all of which are essential for boosting the capacity to study other topics or other pathways. Aside the benefits of free play and general physical exercise, the best practice are the most useful. An illustration of how physical growth and social development, in which are interaction skills in children, are linked. We can take the example of outdoor games, activities such as jogging, hopping, leaping, football, and so forth. We can take the activity of storytelling, among others. And these help the youngster to immediately experience and perceive the environment around them. They may gather items as they come across and acquire lifetime interests and hobbies in doing so. They can also benefit from more exercise and playing than actually um, boost how they can love both activity that is physical and socialization with their peers. The learner will benefit from the aforementioned activities as both their physical and social domains will grow tremendously. So as we say the physical pathway is it deals with the physical movements and physical health and well-being of the child, while the social interactive pathway refers to the ability to develop and maintain healthy relationships and to adequately negotiate challenging relationships around them. Now, we also stated that both pathways are intertwined or they are interconnected. One may affect the other or they are both simultaneously occurring. Now, that was the end of our session today. I hope you have learned and I have imparted something grateful into you. Now, until next time, Talio.